Hello everybody, my name is Melina and I'm going to be showing you how you can build your own model of the Murney Tower. Now in order to actually make the Murney Tower, we're going to need a few materials. The first thing we're going to need are some popsicle sticks. I'm going to be using 3 of the larger ones, but you're more than welcome to use the smaller ones. We're going to be cutting these in half, and in order to do that, we will need a pair of scissors as well. We're going to be using a sheet of gray cardstock paper to actually make the circular shape of the tower. And then for the bottom to stick it all on top of, I just have this brown sheet of construction paper so that way we have something on the bottom of it. Now to hold all of this together, you can either use tape or you can use glue, or if you have access to a hot glue gun, you can use that as well. Now, alternatively, if you don't have access to these, but you do have access to Lego blocks, that would be another good alternative. Let's get started. The very first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to cut our popsicle sticks in half because these are going to make the circular iconic red roof. So we're just going to take our scissors and down the middle of the popsicle stick, we're going to snip it in half. So it'll look something like this. Try to get them to about the same equal length. So that way as you're gluing it together, it looks more uniform. One other thing I would recommend you use is a red sheet of construction paper. We can use this to create a sort of cone shape and stick on the popsicle sticks. That way we can create the red roof. Once you have your popsicle sticks cut in half just like I do, you're going to go ahead and grab your red construction paper. You're going to take both sides of the construction paper and you're going to just fold them over, which will create a nice round cone shape just like this. We're going to either use our tape or our glue to make it stick together. I'm going to use tape and I'm going to stick it on the inside. That way when we stick the popsicle sticks on the outside, it won't show. For this next part, we're going to be gluing the popsicle sticks onto our cone shape. What you're going to do is you're going to take your glue stick and your popsicle stick. You're going to put a pretty generous amount of glue on here. Stick it onto our cone shape. Now, because I'm using wider popsicle sticks, all 6 of my popsicle sticks might not be able to fit on here, but we're just going to be putting them all the way around the cone as well as they will fit. So once your roof is all done, it'll look something like this. It might be a little bit more together once you've actually done it if you use the smaller popsicle sticks. I only managed to put 5 on there. I do have 1 extra. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab our pair of scissors. We're going to do a cut upwards. And we're just going to come all the way around. That way we can finish up with our round roof shape. Once you're all done cutting, your roof will look something like this. Again, yours might look a little bit fuller if you use the smaller popsicle sticks, but this is generally how it will look. Now that our roof is all finished, the next thing that we're going to be doing is creating the actual tower, the body of the tower. And I'm going to be leaving this brown sheet of construction paper on the ground. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it afterwards. But we're going to be taking this, we're going to be creating a sort of circular shape just like this. And what you can either do with this is you can tape it together or you can glue it together once you have a good size, and you can sort of measure it based on the size of the cone or the roof that you have. I would also recommend too that you might want to actually cut it if this is too long. I'm going to go ahead and do that now, just so that my tower is not too tall. And again, I'm going to go ahead and grab my glue stick. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. And once we have that, we're just going to fold it over and push really, really hard to make sure that it stays. The next step from here, after we have our tower shape, is we're going to take our scissors again. We're going to be cutting little slits along the bottom, maybe about 1 inch long, and we're going to be leaving about this much space. Once we've gone all the way around, we're going to be creating sort of flaps with those. So we're going to be lifting it upwards, just like that, all the way around. Once we have it looking just like that, this is where the brown construction paper comes in, because we're actually going to be gluing it on like that. Because when we're actually building the tower, we want to be creative. What you can do before you actually glue the tower to the construction paper is you can build various rooms or different artifacts within the tower, whatever you please and you would like to put inside of there. I personally am not going to be doing that just because I want to show you how the actual structure of the tower will be built, but I definitely encourage you to try and do that with your own towers. We're going to try and put, to the best of our ability, some glue on these flaps. So now that I have glue on all of the little flaps, I'm just going to go ahead, stick it down onto my paper just like that, and then I'm going to press down on each individual flap to make sure that it sticks nicely onto the construction paper. Should look, once it's on there, something like that. Hopefully it doesn't go anywhere. And then, because we learned about the roof a little bit, we know that the roof is removable, or it was removable. It's now permanent on the Murney Tower. But we can actually just stick it on like so. And we get it looking something like that. Thank you so much for tuning into my video today on how to make Murney Tower. I hope you had as much fun as I did making this. See you next time.